Lamentations chapter 1, verses 1 to 6. How lonely sits the city that once was full of people. How like a widow she has become. She that was great among the nations. She that was a princess among the provinces has become a vassal. She weeps bitterly in the night with tears on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has no one to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They have become her enemies. Judah has gone into exile with suffering and hard servitude. She lives now among the nations and finds no resting place. Her pursuers have all overtaken her in the midst of her distress. The roads to Zion mourn, for no one comes to the festivals. All her gates are desolate. Her priests groan, her young girls grieve, and her lot is bitter. Her foes have become her masters, her enemies prosper, because the Lord has made her suffer for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children have gone away, captives before the foe. From daughter Zion has departed all her majesty. Her princes have become like stags that find no pasture. They fled without strength before the pursuer.
And listen to this, because right in the middle of Jeremiah's lament, all of a sudden, this happens.
The second reading is taken from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 19 to 25. I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness and the gall. I well remember them, and my soul is downcast within me. Yet I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. These are the words of our faith.
Thanks be to God. Jeremiah, or Lamentations, which are actually the Lamentations of Jeremiah. But you will not find two bleaker books in the Bible, two sadder books in the Bible than Jeremiah and Lamentations. It's always interested me that in the beginning of Jeremiah, we see the call of Jeremiah, and God calls him to speak on his behalf to the people of Israel, mainly to the people of Judah. And then God says to them, by the way, Jeremiah, the people are not going to listen to you. Rather, they will want to stone you and beat you. Jeremiah was a man acquainted with sadness. And I think that there might just be a verse in Isaiah that says that Jesus Christ was a man acquainted with sorrows and sadness. So I'd like to use some questions, and this is where you get in groups to discuss. You might have to reform in a couple of little places so you can talk with one another. As you discuss, just move through each of the questions at your table and try to give space for everybody to share. And try to get it from the inside of you, not just up here, but share from in here, if you would, please. I want to explore this sadness, and then, believe it or not, we're going to shift to hope.
I'll just preface this today by acknowledging the death of Jane Goodall this week. and I think a lot of you may have seen various things come up on your social media or whatever. But she was a very powerful and very gracious woman, and she spoke a lot about hope. So, but one of the things she said was, what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. And I think that's very powerful words. So our prayers. Today we lift our hearts to you for those who are overwhelmed with sadness. Sad due to grief for the loss of loved ones. Sad due to mental illness that can seem overwhelming. Sad because of failed relationships of their own or those close to them. Sad for the loss of world order. Sad for the continued ravages of the environment and the creation you have blessed us with. However, as a hopeful people, we put our trust in a future where people can have faith that there is a better life ahead, where love will transcend difficult relationships, where love will transcend our treatment of others, both in our community and around the world, where love will transcend our treatment of the environment. Inspire us to spread Christian love to those we know, who need support to those in our community, who need understanding, and to our interaction with the environment. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. I don't really have any special notices.